Hello everyone, my name is Cetus and welcome to my Let's Play of Hearts of Iron 4, Aggressive France. I was reading up on some strategies on how to survive as France, thinking I would want to do a defensive run, because I've played a bit of this game and I've always been interested in the idea of just trying to stop France from collapsing. And I saw one interesting tactic that I read about, which was basically go communist and attack Germany early so that they can only really attack you through these wonderful level 10 forts. And you can basically just sit back and let them beat against you until they're weak, and then you can push in and take Germany. I have no idea if that's a great tactic, but it kind of intrigued me. So that's what we're going to try and do today for this run. So to begin with, let's grab some research. We're gonna do the uninspired, uninteresting run of getting our industry, our research speed, and our construction speed going. Now, one of the challenges with France is they have a few negative modifiers that are not so ideal. Because they were the victors of the Great War, they have less war support, land doctrine research speed is really low, minus 75 is pretty significant, and they can recruit less people. Disjointed government, daily political power doesn't grow as fast, stability is lower, and it's much easier for them to give up, to surrender. And then they have protected by the Mangatat, can't say that right now, but basically that wall of forts, because they're protected by it, they get a bonus to planning and max planning and a reduction of planning speed. That one's fine, that one's going to stick around, but we need to get rid of the other two, which kind of makes it awkward with our focus tree here, because, you know, traditionally, or at least I generally really like to focus on these ones. You know, get military up, get military factories, civilian factories. That's really useful. But I think for this, we need to at least get rid of the disjointed government. And we want to be communist as soon as possible. So we're going to push down this line here. So to begin with, we're going to start reforming our government. Now for civilian factories, we have 14, which is an uninspiring amount, and I think we're going to do simply build up some civilian factories. So we'll max out there and see where we go. Oh, I have more than, I thought I only had 14. Can we grab max out there as well? Okay, 21, it's not terrible. It's not amazing, but it's not terrible. We have some outdated equipment in production. This is two submarines that are mostly built. So we're going to just drop these to 1 and let them finish up, because at this point we might as well. And then we're going to just do this, so as they complete orders, it will move the dockyards down to the next ones. We'll finish this up and then we'll figure out what we want to do with our navy, because so many of these are partly built. It's just worth doing. Military factories, we have basically none at the moment. Probably worth keeping some motorized. We actually have the better light tanks, which is interesting. But what we're going to really want is to get support equipment, artillery, and infantry, because that's what we're going to end up having to rely on to begin with, because we just can't do everything as France. But we'll leave that for now, because we have none missing. Get rid of that. No divisions in basic training. We have almost no recruitable manpower, so that's not going to change anytime soon. Let's look at some of our divisions here. I'm going to dump them in one group for now. 51 troops. That's a pretty sizable army to begin with. Do we have mountains here? Not a lot. Like, there's a little bit of mountainous terrain, and I guess there's some in here. I was wondering, do I need mountaineers here? Because down here on the Italian border, they would be very, very useful. And I don't know, see, kind of what I'm thinking here is that we're hoping to be engaged with Germany before Italy has joined them, so we won't have to defend against both sides. And if we're lucky, we'll be able to support communist Spain developing, so we don't have to worry about the southern border. But we still probably want some troops on the edge. So for now, let's grab...
Attention.
Oh, we're going to grab a border for the German, or an army for the German one. So that's, sorry, I wasn't counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17,
Attention.
18, 19, 20, 21, 22. We'll go 23. Do we have more of those? No. Oh, yes, we do. Let's grab 2 Mountaineers. And then we'll grab... Who's our best cavalry officer? Not gonna last as long as a very useful thing. 5-2, 5-3. That's pretty decent. Do I have someone better at defense? Okay, this guy. Armored officer. Anyone else good at defense? No, we're getting down into the weaker ones. Because of the 10 forts, maybe we don't need that. We're going to grab this guy because we're going to hope to kind of spin around and attack back. You go... Yeah. And I don't know... Oh, here we go. Here's our other 27. So 27, that leaves 3. Oh, you know what? One of the things I wanted to do... So we got these 2 divisions, which is just odd to me because they're identical. And then we have our colonial one here, which is just 2 lanes. These aren't the most useful group, but we can use them to kind of cover ports and stuff. So let's grab... Oh, what I wanted to do was change the logo. And I'm just going to call them... Couldn't type there for a moment. I'm just gonna do that. That way we know right away. Oh, did I put any in here? Ah, see this is what we're not gonna want.
Attention.
We're not gonna want the weaker ones on this front line. So I should have done that sooner, but that's okay. So that's 6 guys, so we need 6 more. Maybe we'll grab them a tank or 2. Let's go 1, 3. Oh, yeah, 4, 5, 6. We'll give them 2 tanks. Okay. And the rest of the troops, do we have any more? No, no more of the just the colonial defensive ones now. This is a very kind of army heavy one, and I think I'll have to find a better use for it, but for now we're just going to throw them on there. I'm going to want to switch that up.
Attention.
And for you guys, let's put you, garrison you. We're just going to worry, I think. Oh, hang on, we just want to guard the ports and victory points, I think. Well, we'll start with the ports. So ideally we would need 12 for that. Just because we don't want the Germans... You know, we probably don't need the southern side, actually. For now, at any rate. Just to stop the Germans from doing a navy invasion around the edge, which I would expect. Now, we probably have... Oh, hang on, let's grab a random... Grab you. What defense?
Gardez vos rangs.
And what can we do for symbol? Perfect. I'm actually going to go blue. Oh. For that.
Aux ordres.
What do we got down here?
Gardez vos rangs.
You can go in that. I wonder if we'll want to get rid of the horses. Potentially.
Arrêt. Écoutez.
So we have a bunch of these slightly weaker troops. So one of the things I've been kind of
Écoutez.
wondering about is, do I want to defend
Écoutez.
this territory that much? If we're against Germany early, it might be a lot less important that we do that, because Germany isn't going to be down. It's if Italy joins the war that we really need to worry about it. And really the only area that I think is entirely worth our effort is up here, because if we take a look at resources, bunch of steel and a bunch of steel, and over here no resources, so it's kind of like, okay, could probably let that go. No resources down here, can probably let that go. Rubber down here, useful, but the United Kingdom is between us, so it would at least be a while before that's vulnerable. Some rubber over here. And then this one has nothing in it. But I think what I might do is I might actually take...
Attention.
We're going to take 5. And we're going to put you on that front line. And then this 10 is going to come join this defense.
Arrêt.
Let's grab some commanders for these.
Arrêt.
Put the high defensive one there. Grab the next best. And the next best.
Écoutez.
And let's put them into a command group with whoever our best guy here is. Better entrenchment. That might be a really good one. Also better entrenchment. Okay, that guy. And I think we can probably just put them all
Arrêt.
on this guy for now. So until we need more, we can just stay as that. Oh, you know what?
Gardez vos rangs.
Put these guys on here, but really, they should join this group.
Aux ordres.
Perfect. Okay.
Aux ordres.
Wait, who did I miss?
Arrêt.
Apparently I missed a bunch of just...
Gardez vos rangs. Aux ordres. Gardez vos
Okay,
rangs.
it looks like I'm gonna have missed a few random guys kind of all over. For now, join that.
Aux ordres.
Have to fix that in a bit, but just to get them organized and in place. Okay, there we go. I forgot France had some territory over here. Does this have anything? See, this is actually got a lot of really nice stuff. Okay, well, hopefully the Germans won't be down there. Let's see. Assuming we can make this plan. So let's unpause. Max speed. I also have this on Iron Man, because if I survive, I want that achievement. Viva la France, I think it is. So we'll see how that goes.
Écoutez.
Did this one that's oversized? Yeah, okay. We'll clean you up in a little bit. But now, though, we just need to kind of take a head. And I think there's going to be a little bit of just cruising along on max speed to begin with. Until we can repair our government. Now, when we get to 150, we could do some fixing of our economy and our conscription laws. I'm almost tempted to get a communist advisor, though, just to increase the speed of switching over. No, it's interesting. I didn't realize we began with a bunch of communist support. So, it could go quicker than I imagined. What is Germany up to? Okay. They're militarizing this area again so they can move troops in. Which is gonna upset a bunch of people. Pause. They remilitarized the Rhineland. Several German divisions recently advanced into the Rhineland, marking the first time since the end of the Great War that Germany has forces positioned west of the Rhine. This is clear violation of the treaty under blah blah blah. This is an act of war. Rally the British to our side. No, we don't want that. We're gonna just issue a diplomatic objection. And then a bunch of our generals, was it 1 or 2 that got sick there? Okay, this finished. So let's push our way down. We gotta get rid of that disjointed government. It's no good. What decisions can we do? We're not gonna do... We might do those. Okay. Keep going with the research speeds. I really want those research slots. Like, it would be very helpful. What's still... Oh, I could do these. We'll grab the German one. Cool. Nothing like a little bonus research speed, right? Lost a little stability, but our stability is messed up anyway. And I think we'll be fixing that with these focus trees. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to pull... Hang on. Change in popularity of communism 10%. Lose stability and gain... No, we're going that way. This is done. Now, I generally like concentrated industry for just the flat bonus, but the dispersed industry, well, let's be frank, we're not going to be able to beat the Germans with fighters and all that. They're going to be hitting our factories. So I think for us, that's the way to go. It's basically they're spread out so it's harder for them to bomb and it's easier for us to fix them once they've bombed. Workers threaten strikes. Let them strike. Factory strikes, which grants stability -10, war support -10, output -90 for 90 days, or negotiate a deal, which grants agreements, factory output -30, document output -30 for 365 days. It makes communism even more popular. I'm gonna just bite the bullet and have nothing for 90 days because the 365 days of being hurt. I don't know what the math works out on what's better, but it just sounds bad. Don't really want that. We don't seem to be making a lot of fuel, which is concerning. Let's take a look. What's our Air Force? Hang on. We'll grab this. Support the left. I'm not going to need that communist supporter at this point because we're already at 40%. Back to unpaused. These look like what? Navy bombers? Oh, naval bombers. And then we got a tiny amount of fighters here. Tiny amount of fighters. And fighters, tactical bombers, tactical bombers. It's not an impressive assortment of anything. Let's move you guys there. Because we already know what our plans are. Research. Got our construction. We're not going to bother with either of these at this point. We're still in 36. I think this has, yeah, infantry defense. Let's grab that. Now for ships, we have an okay fleet. But I don't know that we can use them with our disturbing lack of fuel. So we're just going to leave that be for now.
Aux ordres.
Now what I was going to do, and I keep getting distracted, I'm going to pull out a couple of these. Some tank
Attention.
divisions. Maybe
Écoutez.
I'll grab all the tank divisions, actually. And we're going to make a new army
Gardez vos rangs.
with whoever our next best general is.
Aux ordres.
And you guys are going to have...
Gardez vos rangs.
Okay, hang on. Front line there. Basically, we're going to have the main infantry defensive one, and then behind that will be a... keep pushing up that way. And actually, maybe what we'll do...
Écoutez.
Is this guy the guy with the Panzer? No, I don't remember what I did with him. Oh, it's that guy, because he's just so good at everything else. Okay, that's fine. We'll leave it like that for now.
Gardez vos rangs.
How good is this guy? He's also really good. Okay, so be it.
Aux ordres.
Do I want to pull anything else out of here? I might get rid of the cavalry at some point. It would be nice to replace them with infantry, but we'll have to just see how it goes. Demobilization. With the threat of war seeming distant, people are no longer willing to accept the hardships of wartime laws. We need to review our laws and consider changing them to quiet the protesters. So if we do this, change the mobilization law to volunteer only. Oof. And if we don't, we lose stability and gain communist support. What is this gonna do? You know what? We will do it. We will accept this for now. Because we'll have to drop it down later anyway. It hurts though. It hurts. Now we have our civil war down here, so we're going to want to switch to being communists as soon as possible so we can send them some help. Because we want this side to win. I absolutely want them to win. But anyway, I think that's a good place to call it. We've done a lot of the setup, and I think in the next episode we'll probably begin our operations, and we'll see how that goes. So thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you in the next episode.